This news update is brought to you by...
Say hello to Chelsea. Chelsea is a champion surfer, so she's accustomed to moving super fast, which is why she relies on super fast broadband brought to her through Flow's 100% fiber to the home network. It keeps her family sharing and surfing and saving each month. Combined, she bundles her Flow mobile, home phone, and TV services, so she can enjoy much more for much less, and so can you. Visit any Flow retail outlet, call 1-800-804-2994, or visit discoverflow.co to find out more. One-of-a-kind connection. This is how we flow.
Welcome to this Barbados Today news update for Tuesday, September 20. Thank you for joining us. I'm Desmond Brown. The president of the Caribbean Development Bank is dismissing recent concerns raised in the Barbados press about his leadership style. Dr. Warren Smith is also rejecting suggestions of a mass exodus of staff from the bank. He tells Barbados Today recent staff changes are in line with the need for internal transformation at the Wilde-based institution. He said the bank currently employs more than 200 staff and about 40% are Barbadians.
We have recruited nearly 70 people in CDB in 3 years, whilst I have been president. 70 out of a staff of about 220. 70. That is massive recruitment. I have learned, as I think most people who are in my position have learned, that recruitment is not an exact science. Now, there will be people who join the organization and they come in and it's not that they don't like me. CDB might not be their cup of tea. The type of work that they have to do here might not be what they had anticipated. They might not be so happy with the salaries that we pay, and they think they can do better elsewhere.
So how many have left?
I think it's somewhere in the region of about 6.
Over the
That
same?
includes that includes people who have retired. That includes people who have chosen to go elsewhere because they have gotten better opportunities.
What time frame for those 6?
Right, guys, you might need to wrap.
What time frame for those 6 leaving?
I would say over a period of maybe the same 3 years.
Okay.
Right, that's what we're talking about. So what I'm saying in short is that we have not had wide-scale departures.
The government is on a mission to correct concerns about the ease of doing business in Barbados. The issue was a major talking point at yesterday's meeting of the Social Partnership, where stakeholders zeroed in on the recent unfavorable World Bank Doing Business report. The report ranked Barbados 119 out of 189 countries on the ease of doing business list. Prime Minister Frundle Stewart told reporters it was a vexing issue and he questioned the findings. He, however, noted that the government would try to clear up the negative perceptions and at the same time get to the bottom of where the false information is coming from.
One area of concern that was expressed was that when information is published in the report and you refute that information, you write to challenge the information, whether through the Corporate Affairs and Intellectual Property Office or through the Land Registry or wherever else. We have not been getting any responses to the challenges, so we do not know to whom these people are talking when they come to Barbados, but some perverse information is making its way into the public domain and into the international arena, and we are committed to ensuring that we get to the bottom of it.
Housing Minister Dennis Kelman is not on board with a proposed merger of the National Housing Corporation, the Urban Development Commission, and the Rural Development Commission. He tells Barbados Today the 3 agencies have distinct functions and the merger is not the answer to the current challenges facing the entities. Cabinet is currently to make a final decision on whether it will bring the agencies together, but Kelman contends that the 3 agencies should instead conduct their own restructuring.
RDC is a developmental agency. I see NSC as commercial and I see UDC, even though it's social, having a very important role to ensure that the urban areas, the most important area or capital areas, that they look in a particular way. So what we need to do is to look at efficiency and increase productivity in those agencies more so than cutting off, because what you are actually saying to me that these agencies do not have a purpose, which is not true.
In sports, newly minted Emerald Downs jockey champion Rocco Bowen says he will try to target another track in the United States this year. While reiterating his plans to continue campaigning at Emerald for the foreseeable future, the 27-year-old said he and his agent David Singer were drafting plans to possibly move out west for the winter. Bowen produced an outstanding performance to win his first Emerald Downs title when he finished the recently concluded season with 110 wins to be 40 clear of his nearest challenger, Leslie Mowing. With the triumph, he became the first ever Barbadian to win a title at the Racing Oval, located in Auburn, Washington, in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. Bowen was also good enough to clinch the riding title at Portland Meadows last winter, becoming the first Barbadian then to win a title in the United States.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
In regional news, Venezuela's petroleum industry is spiraling into disarray. Many oil workers say they are paid so little that they can barely eat and have to keep watch over one another in case they faint while high up on the rigs. To add insult to injury, the Venezuelan government has been forced to turn to its nemesis, the United States, for help. Oil accounts for half of the Venezuelan government's revenues, what former President Hugo Chavez once called an instrument of national development. The state oil company poured its profits, more than $250 billion in all for 2001 to 2015, into the country's social programs, including food imports. But those profits have evaporated with management and the drop in global oil prices over the past 2 years. Now, even Venezuela's subsidized oil shipments to its vital ally Cuba are slowly being phased out, forcing Havana to look to Russia for cheap oil. On the international scene, a UN spokesman said the United Nations is suspending its aid operations in Syria after a deadly attack Monday night on a convoy carrying life-saving supplies for 78,000 people west of Aleppo. The Syrian army denied Tuesday that it was responsible for the attack that killed around 20 people. The state-run Syrian Arab news agency said there is no truth to reports circulated by some media outlets that the Syrian army targeted the humanitarian aid convoy in rural Aleppo.
This is the warehouse of the Syrian Christians. Abroad this house were more than 20 vehicles, 20 trucks full of food and flour and medicine and bombers and blankets. The refugee agency, the UN refugee agency. This is full of blankets.
The United Nations and aid agencies said their 31-truck convoy was attacked on Monday night, but has not said whether it was hit by an airstrike or shelling or in any other way. The UN said the suspension was an immediate security measure and it's committed to stay and deliver to everybody in need in Syria in the long term. That's news and sports, but for the very latest, visit our website www.barbadostoday.bb. Also, subscribe to our e-paper, email update, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals or Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV. I'm Desmond Brown.